Hello everyone. So for today, I will be discussing your flagellates. Okay. Now, in this topic, I will be discussing first your intestinal flagellates, which includes the Giardia lamblia, the Dientamoeba fragilis, the yung mga Chilomastix mesnili natin, as well as the Trichomonas species. Okay? Trichomonas class, alam nyo ba, yan yung mga parasite na hindi sumusuko. Okay? Trichomonas. Okay, now for the general characteristics of this parasite, okay, they possess this whip-like locomotory organelles called the flagella. Obviously naman, di ba? They have this locomotory apparatus as well as the axoneme. Okay, so flagella and axonemes, para yan sa kanilang motility functions, okay? And then they also have this neuromotor apparatus, okay, which is called now the kinetoplast. Yung kinetoplast na yan, it consists naman of the blepharoplast as well as the parabasal body. Para saan yung structure na yan? It serves as their neuromotor apparatus, okay? And then, aside from this one, for the general characteristics of this flagellates class, they undergo reproduction through binary fission. Okay, pero pinagkaiba niya sa mga sarcodina natin, they undergo reproduction through longitudinal binary division. Okay, longitudinal binary division. Okay. Now, unahin lang natin class si Giardia lamblia. Okay, Giardia lamblia, also known as your lamblia intestinalis. Okay, this parasite was discovered by Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Okay, it is also known as your Circomonas intestinalis, Vegastoma, enterica, and so on and so forth. Okay, now this parasite class, okay, actually this parasite class, it has a simple asexual life cycle wherein it comprises of a trophozoite also and a trophozoite and an infective cyst. Okay, so simple lang yung kanyang life cycle wherein the cyst is the infective stage, and then once na makapasok yan sa host, mag-undergo yan ng excistation. Okay? So, ganun din. Amoeba lang din kasi itong mga ito class. Okay? And then, aside from this one, let us go over with the mode of transmission of this one. Your Giardia lamblia is very common actually. Okay, very common yan, especially among the mga children, usually mga daycare center age, mga ganyan. Okay? Now, saan makukuha ang Giardia lamblia infection class? It can be acquired through ingestion of the infective cyst, usually from contaminated water. Okay, basta mga maduduming tubig, laging Giardiasis class. Okay? Now, for the usual habitat of this parasite, they parasitizes the small intestine as well as the gallbladder. Okay, so it is actually capable of causing cholangitis. Okay, now let us go over with the morphology of this parasite. Okay, let us start first with their trophozoite. The trophozoite of this Giardia lamblia, also known as the invasive stage. Okay, the invasive stage. The trophozoite of this one, it looks like a pear shape. Okay, it resembles like a pear shape, or sa ibang libro, pyriform shape, or teardrop shape. Okay, it is pear shaped in appearance, yung kanilang trophozoite. Ay, nandito pala. Andyan pala, okay, pear shape. And then, the trophozoite of the Giardia, it is also bilaterally symmetrical. Ibig sabihin, symmetrical class, magkamukha yung, kung ito yung kanyang trophozoite, pag hinati mo yan, pareho sila ng itsura. Unlike kasi sa mga trichomonas natin, meron silang iisang nucleus lang. Kaya, asymmetrical. Parang ganon, okay? Now, for the trophozoite of this one, it is symmetrical, and it has a two median bodies, okay? And then also, the trophozoite of Giardia lamblia, it has a sucking disc also, which is located anteriorly and ventrally, okay? Anterior and ventral sucking disc, okay? Measuring about 9 to 20 micrometer, by 5 to 10 micrometer. And then the trophozoite of Giardia lamblia, it has 2 axostyles also. It has 4 flagella, kaya highly motile yung mga yan, masyadong maraming flagella. And it has a unique type of motility called the jerky falling leaf. Okay? Jerky falling leaf motility. Jerky falling leaf motility. And then, aside from this one, the trophozoite of the Giardia lamblia, it is also comprises of a rod-shaped, deeply staining organelle believed to be the parabasal body. Meron siyang parabasal body that is located centrally. Okay? And then, yung trophozoite ng Giardia lamblia class is actually napakadali lang niyang ma-identify. Kasi, it has a 2 nucleus sa kanyang trophozoite na nagmumukhang old man's face. Imagine that one, nagmumukhang old man's face or old man's face with, or hindi mali, old man's face or old man with eyeglasses. Ganun ang itsura niya. So, kung drawing natin yan, pear shape, tapos, merang parabasal body sa gitna, tapos, maraming flagella, diba? 4 pairs of flagella. Never mind, okay? Basta nagmumukhang old man's face class. Parang ganyan. Ganyan ang itsura niya. Okay, diba? Hello, ganyan. Okay? Now, how about the cyst stage of this Giardia lamblia? Ano naman ang itsura niya, class? Now, the cyst stage, also known as the infective stage, it is usually ovoid, measuring 8 to 12 micrometer by 6 to 10 micrometer. Okay? It has 2 to 4 nucleus, kaya quadrinucleated din yung kanyang cyst, and it is very easy to identify. Now, the nucleus, it is usually located anteriorly, okay, and it has a thick double wall. Ganyan ang itsura niya. Hindi, medyo oblong nga yun, class eh. Parang football, alam mo yung football, ganyan ang itsura niya. Tapos, meron siyang tawag dito, meron siyang median body and axostyle sa gitna, tapos nandyan yung kanyang nucleus. Parang ganyan na itsura. So, it has an axostyle and a median body located centrally. Okay? Now, what are the infections caused by this Giardia lamblia? What are the diseases caused by this parasite? Okay, diseases caused by this parasite, we refer it as giardiasis. Okay, giardiasis or flagellate diarrhea, or commonly known as the traveler's diarrhea. Iba rin klase yung traveler's diarrhea na maririnig natin sa bakte, and that is your, I think it is caused by your E. coli. E. coli toxigenic, enterotoxigenic E. coli. Okay, traveler's diarrhea din si giardiasis. Now, this giardiasis, common clinical manifestations of this one includes duodenal irritation, as well as excessive secretion of mucus sa diarrhea. Okay, yung pagtatae, ganyan. Okay, now, diarrhea is always accompanied with dehydration. Okay, and then it is also manifested by epigastric pain, and also, pag sinabing giardiasis class, it is always associated with malabsorption syndrome. Malabsorption especially of fats. Malabsorption of fats. Kasi very invasive yung trophozoite ng mga Giardia lamblia. Okay? Kaya ang mangyayari, class, masisira ngayon yung surface ng villi sa colon. Therefore, magkakaroon ng malabsorption syndrome. Specifically, malabsorption of fats. Now, dahil nagkakaroon ng malabsorption of these fats, tendency, magkakaroon din ng steatorrhea. Okay? Steatorrhea. Now, aside from this giardiasis, okay, the Giardia lamblia, it is also capable of causing inflammation of the gallbladder, also known as the cholangitis. Okay? Now, we move on with the laboratory diagnosis of this one. Okay, the laboratory diagnosis of Giardia lamblia, okay, is through the identification of the cyst. ng cyst sa stool sample. Okay, so we can perform direct fecal smear examination, concentration techniques also, especially zinc, basta concentration techniques is also helpful for the diagnosis of Giardia lamblia. And then, when it comes to diagnosing Giardia class, wag niyong kakalimutan yung duodenal aspirate. Actually, dalawang parasite lang yan na nagpo-perform tayo ng duodenal aspirate using now the entero test. Ano yung isang parasite natin? That is your Strongyloides stercoralis. Okay, so we have two parasites that can be recovered through this method. We have Giardia lamblia and your Strongyloides stercoralis. Okay, and then aside from this one, you can also perform X-ray and even culture method. Now, for the prevention of this parasite, for the prevention and treatment, lagi niyong tatandaan, class, pag associated with amoebic infection yung mga yan, metronidazole is always the treatment of choice for infection caused by these amoebas. Okay, and then for the prevention, of course, personal hygiene and sanitation and cleanliness, especially of the water sources. Lalo na kapag for drinking purposes yan.